Hi, welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Talk Special Economic Zones. I'm your host, Ainsley Brown, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about using the Authorized Economic Operator Program, AEO program, to facilitate trade, using it within special economic zones to facilitate trade. Now, the Authorized Economic Operator Program, or AEO, is a program that's run under the auspices of the World Customs Organization, and many customs authority belong to this framework. And what it does is it allows for greater facilitation of the movement of cargo, um, in terms of companies who have signed up for this program in their various countries. They're allowed to move their cargo much faster. Now, it comes with stipulations, of course, naturally speaking, and that those stipulations require greater scrutiny by the customs authority in terms of just qualifying, and then companies are audited against um, those findings, so to speak. What it allows is a lot of post audits. So they'll allow the cargo to be cleared off the port, and then they'll catch up after. But to qualify for the program, you must have one, strict customs adherence to their rules and so forth, a track record of that, and secondly, you must maintain certain standards, or else you will be disqualified from the program. Now, a very interesting feature of this program is that it can be used globally, but before that can be done, countries must sign up to mutual recognition programs. So it's not just automatic. So country A and country B may be running AEO programs under the World Customs Organization framework, but they need to sign a mutual recognition um, agreement, basically stating we recognize your AEO. So country A will say, I recognize your authorized economic operators, and likewise country B would do the same. And they function under that one standard globally in terms of how AEO programs work. Now, this is a fantastic facility that zones can utilize. Now, it's not a case of zone to zone signing an agreement and doing mutual recognition. No, it's a country to country level, so it would include much more than zones. You may have the view of primarily focusing on zones, or you could even start there, but it's a country to country agreement, not necessarily a zone to zone or a zone authority to zone authority. It's customs to customs, country to country. Now, this, of course, is can improve time, and in business, time is money. So it's a very good initiative, and funnily enough, or interestingly enough, I should say, the World Customs Organization is of that same thinking. We came across some research that shows that they see where those two things can be married together. That's economic zones, special economic zones, and the AEO program. And just for a point of clarity, when I speak to special economic zones, I'm using it as a very broad term, so it can include what you call export processing zones, free zones, enterprise zones, foreign trade zones, whatever you want to call it. From a policy perspective, it's all the same. It has a certain connected features, which can vary around the details, but there are certain features such as a specific geographic space that has been legally designated to operate slightly different than the rest of the country, and certain fiscal incentives, particularly where the suspension, so to speak, of duties for items that go into the zone, and provided they remain there, there are no duties charged. If they're then shifted, whether value added and so forth, into the rest of the economy, then duties may then become applicable. And how much duties, particularly when you add value, would be applicable, the customs authorities will work that out. But the AEO program, and using them in relation to special economic zones, this is a very good area, very interesting area that can see greater facilitation and making zones even that much more attractive to investors. So if you liked this episode, want to see me do a specific topic, just leave me a message down below and I will get right back to you. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. So see you in the next episode.